have here a beautiful thought which is related to education, and everyone should or must read it. So, what it is? Let's read it out. Success isn't just what you accomplish in your life, it's about what you inspire others do. Okay, so this is what the beautiful thought says, that the success, okay, isn't what you accomplish in your life, that you capable to make one's inspire or motivate by your teaching, by your skills. So this is what called education. Understood? With this beautiful thought, let's begin with the first slide of direct and indirect speech. Indirect and indirect speech. What we will learn here, we will learn what is a direct speech and what is an indirect speech. Okay, and how to convert direct and indirect speech. This is what we are going to learn in another video. So in this video we will learn the introductory part of direct and indirect speech and what it is. Okay, and how many peoples or persons are here while performing direct speech. Okay, or a person reporting the direct speech into an indirect to another person. So this is what the whole circumstance we are going to read or learn here in this direct and indirect speech, or in this introduction part of this session. So let's begin with the first slides. Direct and indirect speech, its rules and examples. What? Its rules and examples. In rules and examples of direct and indirect speech, they were plenty in number. So we have to look over the most basic of it. So let's learn about the direct and indirect speech with the help of a perfect animated video. Here we have an animated video. So let's begin with this. So here the writer is telling, hello friends, welcome to free grammar lessons, is it? So if you're perfect in grammar, then you will learn a better English, a better communication skill. So let's begin with this. Okay, so in this video we will see what is direct speech and okay, indirect speech. So here we will learn that direct speech versus indirect speech. So here will be okay, like direct speech is playing in competition with indirect speech, is it? So a speech which is spoken by a person and it is repeated by another person, okay, in a such a exact statement can be called here direct and indirect speech, or direct and indirect narration, what we can say. So either it is direct speech, indirect speech, or direct and indirect narration, both are having the similar meaning. So this is what we are going to begin with this. Alright, so here in this video what we will learn, that direct speech, okay, can be written in the indirect speech if there are two or three persons. If there are two or three persons, they are speaking, okay, what it is. Alright, now without further go, let's get started about direct speech and indirect speech. So here, first, what is a narration? What is a speech? So it means the act of reporting the words of speaker, okay, of speaker can be called here a speech, a narration. Act of reporting the words of speaker can be called here speech. Okay, so this is a definition of direct speech and indirect speech. Now let's discuss about this in two ways. How many ways? In two ways. The first one is direct speech and another one is indirect speech. So what is the meaning of it? It means narration, act of reporting the words of speaker. Okay, it's called direct and indirect speech, and we will discuss about in two ways, in two parts. First one, what is direct speech? So the definition of the direct speech is the actual words of speaker are quoted as it is. Okay, the actual word of the speaker. If I am telling to something to you, okay, you will repeat the same as it is to your another friend. So it is called, the actual words of the speaker are quoted as it is. So it means the exact words of speaker are enclosed in inverted commas or a quotation marks. So what I speak while reporting to your friend, so you have to put in it in quotation mark. So for an example, okay, here John is asking a question to, what are you doing? Okay, to Yogesh, and Yogesh replies, I am studying. So it is a conversation in between John and Yogesh. So John is asking a question, what are you doing? And Yogesh is replying, I am studying. A question is asked by John to Yogesh, and Yogesh told, I am studying. So here, while reporting to another friend, let's say John is reporting to Sham. So what he will say? Okay, he will say the same statement into a direct speech. So he can say, Yogesh said, I am studying. Yogesh said, I am studying. So Yogesh plus reported verb comma and I am studying. Okay, it is an actual word which is said by the Yogesh, and it is kept under inverted commas, under quotation marks. So said is a reporting verb. Rashtra Vidyalaya, yes or no, what we have learned, and the statement which is written in the quotation mark, it is a reported speech. Now let's begin with another example. Okay, here same John. Okay, John is very fond of other people's and he is bothering of other people's, such a naughty boy. So what he is asking to Lacey, which colored skirt are you wearing? So why he should ask about all these kind of things? And Lacey is an open-minded, she answered, I am wearing white skirt. Okay, so here, so what happens? Okay, so here question is asked by the John, which colored skirt are you wearing? And Lacey answered, I am wearing white skirt. Okay, so he can say to the Yogesh, Lucy said, I am wearing white skirt. So what it is a direct speech. Okay, where the words of the actual speaker are written as it is in the inverted commas in quotation marks. So it is called direct speech. What it is called? It is called direct speech. Understood? Okay. Now here what we will learn another part, what is indirect speech. So you are familiar with the direct speeches, so no, now comes to what is indirect speech. So the meaning of the indirect speech is, okay, here the actual words of the speaker are transformed. Okay, here the actual word of the speakers are modified, changed, or okay, written in different manner. So it is called indirect speech, said or written in a simple language. Okay, so why we need it? Actually, why we need this indirect speech? See, we need this indirect speech to avoid confusion while using direct speech, okay, or while reporting. Okay, so for this purpose we need indirect speech. Understood? Now let's begin with further examples of direct speech and indirect speech. Now let's look out over the previous situation. Here John asked to Yogesh, what are you doing? I am studying. So he told that direct speech. Yogesh said, I am studying. So said is here reported verb, I am studying is a reported speech. Now let's convert this sentence which is said by John into an indirect speech. So we can write Yogesh said. Here Yogesh is the subject, said is a reported verb, Rashtra Vidyalaya, that, okay, to remove the inverted commas we use conjunction that, he was studying. Okay, he was studying. I is converted into pronoun he, am is converted into was studying. Okay, so here the sentence is in present tense and here it is in, okay, past tense, simple past. So here the inverted comma is reported, what we have observed. Okay, inverted comma is removed. Now here what we observed, change of tense, yes or no, change of tense. And what we observed here, use of conjunction that, we have used the conjunction that here, you can see that. Okay, how we used? By removing the inverted commas. Okay, then that is used. Now comes to another situation where John asked to Lucy, which color skirt are you wearing? Such a naughty boy. Why he bother about this girl? Okay, I am wearing white skirt. She is open-minded and she answered. Okay, the reported speech of this, Lucy said, I am wearing white skirt. And when we convert this sentence into indirect speech, Lucy said that she was wearing white skirt. So students, I am wearing white skirt is in the form of simple present. While converting it into past tense, then what happens? Okay, simple past. Lucy said, subject said, are we reported verb. Dad, conjunction, she, I becomes she. Okay, was wearing, it is in simple past. Okay, simple past continuous. Then white skirt. Okay, white skirt. And here inverted comma is reported with the help of that, and change of tense is here, and conjunction that is used. Okay, where inverted comma is reported. So this is how we have to convert the direct speech into indirect speech. And here in this animated video you have learned how to convert the direct into indirect, and what is direct speech and what is indirect speech. Understood? For this all kind of process, for this process you have to require three persons where this process will run. Firstly, what we have revised. Okay, let's quickly revise it. What is narration? We discussed. Okay, after all, what is a speech? Speech is act of reporting the words of speaker, and it is divided among two ways: direct speech and indirect speech. Understood? So here you got the definition of speech, what the exactly speech means. Okay, now second, what we have discussed. Okay, secondly, we will go to what is direct speech. What is direct speech? Secondly, we go to what is direct speech. Okay, so here direct speech is the actual words, okay, of speaker are quoted as it is. Okay, quoted as it is. Okay, the exact word of speaker are enclosed in inverted comma, then it can be said here direct speech. Okay, it can be said here direct speech. Where what is indirect speech? Actual words of the speaker are transformed, they are changed, okay, by some changing of the inverted commas, by that, okay, change of the tense, and the person is reporting to another person. Then we finally learn about this. So it is said or written in a simple language, very simple language. Okay, it is not so, okay, very difficult or complicated. So why we need it? Why we need it exactly? To avoid confusion, okay, while speaking and direct speech into indirect speech or reporting to another person. And you got some little ideas how to convert the direct speech into indirect speech, and what exactly speech means here, what exactly indirect speech means here, or direct speech means here. So what are they, and why to use direct speech and indirect speech, or why to use indirect speech to avoid confusion. So in the next video, next animated video, what we will learn, okay, what we will learn here, we will learn about, okay, how to convert direct speech into indirect speech. All right, now this is a part 2, converting direct speech into indirect speech. Okay, for the time being, what's your homework? Just write it down, all those things what you have learned in this video. Make the notes of it, a pakka notes. Then afterwards, the rules and the regulation how to convert the direct speech into the indirect speech we are going to learn. Understood? So here, this one, see here we have the next video, convert direct to indirect speech. This is what we are going to discuss. Okay, thank you.